Number 3. Aokigahara. Imagine a place where the silence is so heavy it feels like it's suffocating you, as if every shadow and every leaf hides ancient secrets. That's Aokigahara, the infamous suicide forest, hidden at the base of Mount Fuji. It's not just an ordinary forest. It's a maze of twisted trees and trails that lead nowhere. A true magnet for those seeking answers. Or a definite goodbye. For a long time, Aokigahara has been associated with death and despair. In feudal Japan, there was the dark practice of ubasut, where the elderly and sick were left to die in remote places. They say this macabre ritual happened here, soaking the ground with a past of abandonment. What makes this forest so attractive to those on the brink of despair? More than 500 lost souls have met their end among these silent trees. The silence here is different from anywhere else, amplifying the darkest thoughts until they become unbearable. No wonder the forest has earned the reputation of being haunted by Yurei, spirits of people who died carrying sadness, anger, or vengeance. They wander between the trees, trapped between our world and the next. And they say they lure those who enter to join them in eternal darkness. The density of the trees is so great that sunlight barely penetrates. And if you think you can rely on technology to guide you, think again. Here, GPS and cell signals are practically non-existent. Visitors report a feeling of unease and discomfort, as if something is watching them. Compasses fail for no apparent reason, leaving many lost and disoriented. Patrols of volunteers and local authorities are frequent, always looking out for those who might be at risk. Aokigahara is more than just a forest. It's a test of sanity, a confrontation with your own fears. And if you ever decided to explore this haunted place, do you think you could find your way back home, or would you end up lost like so many others, in the shadows and secrets that Aokigahara guards so well? Number 2. Overton Bridge. In a remote corner of Scotland, surrounded by green hills, sits a Gothic-style bridge built in 1895 in Dumbarton. It stretches over a 15-meter deep ravine, leading to Overton House, a 19th-century manor nestled in the Scottish lowlands. At first glance, it's just an old stone bridge spanning a small stream, similar to other bridges from the era. But there's a really dark detail that sets it apart from all the others. For the last 80 years, hundreds of dogs have been leaping off this bridge into the ravine, apparently for no reason. Nobody understands why. Sometimes the dogs survive the fall but end up with irreversible injuries. According to some reports, there have even been cases where dogs have jumped off the bridge, survived, and then jumped again to meet their death. It's truly illogical and terrifying. Depending on the source, you'll find reports claiming that the number of dogs that have jumped off the bridge exceeds 50 cases. Regardless of the exact number, it's a fact that many dogs have died on this bridge for some mysterious reason. As you might imagine, these incidents at Overton Bridge have fueled all kinds of wild theories, including suggestions that the bridge is haunted. Some link it to Celtic pagan beliefs that the bridge is located in a place where heaven and earth meet. They say that on moonless nights you can hear whispers in the breeze that passes over the bridge, as if the souls of the departed are trying to communicate. Some locals prefer more supernatural theories, with many blaming the dogs' deaths on the White Lady of Overton, the supposed ghost of the widow of Overton House. Another popular theory among the locals is that the dogs are affected by negative residual energy from a tragic event in 1994, where a 32-year-old father tried to kill his baby by throwing him off the bridge. He claimed his child was the Antichrist. The father was declared insane and locked up in a psychiatric hospital. But even with all the bizarre theories that have gained traction over the years, some researchers have come up with more plausible explanations for the mysterious incidents. In 2006, at Overton Bridge, animal behaviorist David Sands investigated the bridge and suggested that the dogs are probably detecting the presence of wild animals, like minks, below the bridge, which piques the dog's sense of smell, making them jump. Moreover, because the bridge has flat edges, from the dog's point of view, the edge seems like a safe path to run and chase small animals. Number 1. The Island of the Dolls. Thanks to an unfortunate accident, the beautiful floating gardens of Mexico's Isla de las Muñecas are now the stuff of ghastly nightmares. In the tranquil waters of Xochimilco on the outskirts of Mexico City, lies an island that seems to exist in a world apart, a reality where fear and fascination walk hand in hand. This is the Island of the Dolls, a place that defies logic and captivates those who dare to visit. Don Julian Santana Barrera was a man who left his family to live in isolation among the canals of Xochimilco. It is said that one day he found the body of a girl who had drowned in the dark waters near his island. Shortly after, a doll came floating up in the same spot, like a grim omen. Believing that the girl's spirit still haunted the place, Don Julian hung the doll on a tree as a tribute and an attempt to appease the restless spirit. However, one doll wasn't enough. Believing he was being haunted by a sinister presence, Don Julian started hanging more dolls, collecting them from dumps in the surrounding canals. Each doll was hung where he felt the energy was heaviest, with their lifeless eyes witnessing the passing years and the decline of Don Julian's sanity. Visitors to the island describe a sensation of being watched, a shiver down their spine that isn't just from the damp air. The dolls, weathered by time and exposure to the elements, seem to come to life at dusk. Their distorted faces and mutilated bodies sway in the wind, emitting noises that mingle with the sound of the waters, creating a macabre symphony that echoes in the darkness. Some say that if you listen closely, you can hear whispers among the trees, children's voices calling for help, or mocking the living. Some visitors claim to have seen the dolls' eyes move, following their steps, while others say they felt invisible hands trying to pull them into the water. After Don Julian's death, his body was found in the same spot where he claimed to have seen the dead girl. This only intensified the mystery and legends surrounding the island. Would you dare to walk among the dolls and listen to their whispers? To avoid being haunted by a doll at night, follow the channel and leave a like so you can survive your next trail in the forest. Cheers. Vulture.